Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thank you for joining me. I hope everyone had a great week and a nice Valentine's Day yesterday. Let's get right into tonight's predictions, which run from tonight through to next Thursday, February 22nd. These are general predictions for everyone in areas of work, love, finances, health, and spirituality. So the general themes this week, I feel several of you will have the sense of being guided. It's a feeling of, you're feeling like you're being guided by destiny. The wheels of destiny are leading you somewhere. For some of you, I feel like it's going to be a magical experience. And I feel like at first it may seem as if there's multiple like coincidences that are happening, but in reality, it's multiple synchronicities. And I do feel along with those synchronicities, several of you could experience really strong deja vu this week. So I just feel like there's going to be multiple times where you're going, oh my God, did I already do this? Okay, wait a minute. I totally remember this. So I feel like that's going to happen multiple times. Either way, I feel everyone will be guided by destiny, but for some of you, it's going to be harder to see and feel that experience. For you, it may feel more like things going wrong or breaking down. And everything also has more of an accelerated feeling this week as well. So for some of you, you're moving along the path very quickly of like new, and some of you are moving quickly in the breaking down. Either way, you're being guided, like you're being led down these new pathways. And I just feel like everything is going to be happening quickly. So new pathways are opening up. I feel like new people coming into your life. I feel like some of you may be thrust into something new and unexpected that will align you with your true purpose or put you on a completely different path than what you originally planned. I also feel love is feeling really strong this week as well. And love is the glue which holds everything together. And it's the most powerful energy there is and has the ability to transform anything. And I see some of you literally being the glue of love, holding together your family, your friends, and even a stranger. So everyone will have one or the other or a combination of all three. I do feel like you could be the one who changes perspectives and is able to reunite family and it feels like family that haven't spoken to each other in months, and for some of you even years. I just feel like there's going to be a reconnecting that you're going to be able to bring in and bring together. You're going to be the glue that binds. So, good luck to all of you for that. I do feel like some of you will help a stranger. To me, it just kind of feels like, maybe you see a homeless person and you decide to give them food or money or help them find shelter in some way. Either way, it could just be even a stranger that you end up helping carry something or lift something, or you're helping. So again, some of you will be on the receiving end of this love glue. Everyone is giving and receiving love with intensity this week. The words that came to mind was helping puppies and people and the planet. I don't know what was up with the 3 Ps, but it just came across in that way. And the message of love is essential to our survival. And more love is coming into everyone's life thanks to the divine. This week, I also feel many will be struggling with the grass is greener syndrome. Some of you are pondering if you made the right choice in a partner or if someone better exists for you. Some of you will be wondering if there's a better job. Some of you will be comparing yourselves to others and tallying up what they have versus what you have. Some of you will be paralyzed with making a decision or committing to a person, place, situation, or thing because you're worried about the grass being greener somewhere else. So it has you in like this frozen pattern. I also feel like now there's a handful of you that are in a situation where you need to take a leap of faith and pursue greener pastures. Um, the rest of you are not. I feel like the rest of you are in fear mode, and you instead need to get grounded and figure out what you want. Make a pros and cons list. Look at the bigger picture. Does it make more sense to stay where you are so you can pursue your big dreams, or does it make more sense to start fresh somewhere else in order to pursue them? Then make a decision and take some action steps. This week feels like a week of mutual support. So I feel people coming together to help one another that typically wouldn't interact with each other. I feel like some of you are volunteering or helping out in an assisted living facility or spending time with someone much older than yourself. I feel there will be connections made between people who have certain prejudices that just those prejudices just kind of seem to slip away. Um, and I feel like all of a sudden you're getting along with people that maybe you had judged in the past. And again, to me, it feels like these things are slipping away thanks to that strong love energy that's coming through. I feel some of you letting go of old boundaries that you placed in your life out of fear, which is a good thing. So let those go because they're blocking you. I do see others setting boundaries in places that are needed. Some of you really need to set boundaries with certain people in your life and certain things. And I feel like this week you're going to start making progress towards that. I do feel like two main issues will be at the forefront of your minds this week, or that they need to be at the forefront of your focus this week. So for some of you, it will be love and work. For others, it will be money and health, or any combination of two of those things together. And some of you have so much going on. I feel like you're trying to multitask all over the place and you're not doing a good job, or even if you are doing a good job of juggling things, it's all taking a toll on you mentally and physically. So I feel like you need to scale back, pick two main themes, and work on resolving those instead of trying to do everything all at once, every day, all the time, at work, at home. I just feel like a lot of you are running around like chickens cut off with your head. And I am guilty of that myself. So I need to take my own advice. I do feel like lots of you are having a difficult time balancing things financially. Hit me up. I've said it a million times before in other shows. I have budgeting spreadsheets. I have all kinds of stuff that can help you figure out your financial situation. No matter how much you make, there's always a way. And I'm giving it to you for free. Like, you have no excuse to complain if someone is offering you free help and you refuse to take it because you're afraid to try a different way. So don't self-sabotage. If you're really struggling with keeping your finances balanced, reach out to me. My number, my information is all over the screen. You can go to my website, just reach out. I am more than happy to share every single spreadsheet and everything that I have that can help you be successful in your financial situation. For some of you this week, things are looking up financially. There could be gifts of money or inheritance coming to you in some way. Some of it also feels like gifts that aren't money, but just you're receiving things. I do feel some positive new beginnings. I feel some of you will be feeling optimistic and positive. I feel energy levels rising. Some of you have been feeling sluggish and tired. And to me, that energy is lifting this week. So you're going to be feeling better again. Some of you, I feel, will be facing a choice and or difficult decision. The advice that was coming through was for you to trust your intuition and instincts, say yes to new opportunities, and say no when something feels off. Be flexible in your life, and especially to life's obstacles and opportunities. So be flexible. Try not to be rigid and controlling, because that's fear-based. This week is also the beginning of a new cycle. So start thinking about what you've wanted to do, but haven't because you've been afraid of trying or afraid of not having the resources to do it. And resources doesn't just mean money. Like, some of you worry you're not skilled enough, or you're not educated enough, or you're not smart enough, or whatever excuse that you have. You're never going to know unless you try. And some of you really need to take that leap of faith. Work, for those of you employed, I feel like some of you will be taking some risks this week. Some of you will be contemplating risks. And those of you who haven't even thought of taking a risk definitely should consider taking a risk. I do see some of you at work this week all over the place, running around, scattered and unfocused. I do feel like some of you are starting new jobs this week, and some of you are taking on new responsibilities this week. I do feel like some of you have been contemplating leaving work for a long time now, but you still haven't fully committed to the idea. Even though you may be putting out resumes and applying places, you're not getting any real leads because you don't want it bad enough yet. Like your heart's not fully committed. You're not fully free of the fear of that change. So I feel like once you want it bad enough, and I feel like you'll maybe experience that this week, and I feel like things will lift. So this week just may be the week you do go for it. Some of you could be getting laid off or terminated this week as well, and I'm sorry for you guys, but just remember, when one door closes, it's because another one is trying to open, and 9 times out of 10, it's a step up, not a step down, okay? Work, for those of you looking for a job, I feel like some of you need to focus on two main perspectives. Um, uh, and those main perspectives, I want you to be focusing on the company. So like pick two main companies that you're really wanting to work at or are interested in. And I feel like you're going to get interviews in the upcoming weeks. So I feel like you need to research the companies and really figure out, what they're about. So when you do get into the interview, like you can just hit them with some facts and that you know stuff about their company, and it will only make you look better. Love, those of you that are in committed relationships, I feel like some of you have been having a really difficult time making time and energy for each other. So I feel like you put in some extra effort for Valentine's Day yesterday, and it felt good. So this week, I feel like you're really going to be making your relationship a priority again. It's going to be more of a focal point for you, and you can expect to reconnect on deeper levels. Now, some of you have just been neglecting each other and you're completely shut down. Some of you haven't been intimate for a really, really long time, and you need to break the dry spell really, really badly. If you don't, you could break the relationship instead. I do feel like it's headed in a not so good direction. If you look at it that way, if you want to stay in the relationship, but if you're ready to move on, then it's probably a good thing. And, if you are so disconnected from one another, why bother sticking around and making each other miserable? Everyone deserves happiness. So now, of course, if you're in a relationship where misery loves company and you're both perfectly happy being disconnected and that works for you, then more power to you. You guys do you. And, then that's a successful relationship. Now, those of you looking for love, I feel like some of you are currently hung up on trying to be the most perfect version of yourselves. I feel like you're focusing on getting to know yourself better, which is great. I'm all about that. But however, I just feel like some of you have gone overboard with like getting to know yourself thing. Like I feel like you're using it as an excuse now. Like, oh, I'm still getting to know myself. I'm still like, figuring me out and figuring out what I want. Well, I feel like you need to go out and date and you'll get to know yourself really quickly. I do feel like some of you could start something new this week as well. So make sure you're getting out and meeting people. Remember to have fun, expect nothing, and the next thing you know, love will be tapping you on the shoulder. So just put yourself out there. Finances, several of you need to get your finances in order and balanced. You're going to feel it this week if you don't get organized. Know how much is coming in, how much is going out. Keep track of it. Some of you will be able to pay off a debt this week. When you do, the following week, take the payment you were making on your debt and put it into savings, or put some in savings and invest the rest in other debt. I just see some of you also helping out someone less fortunate than yourselves. Like it just feels like a theme for this week. Health, some of you are neglecting yourselves and not taking time to rest, relax, and heal. This week, I feel like some of you will make it a point to rest. and some of you won't, and will be forced to rest because you're going to end up getting sick, whether it's a cold or for some, whatever it is. I just see you being forced to slow down and rest. I do feel like some of you will be starting new exercise routines and maybe new healthy eating habits. Some of you will finally get really great sleep this week, which I think is awesome because when you sleep, you heal. And I do feel like some of you will stumble across some new health information that could help you or someone you know. Spirituality, some of you will be feeling like your responsibilities are keeping you from feeding your spirit. You may not have a lot of time, but you can always find 5 minutes in a day, even if you have to take that 5 minutes in the bathroom, if you know what I mean. So put everything aside and make 5 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever you can. Find the time. You owe it to yourself. I put everything on my calendar. I schedule fun time. I schedule rest time. I schedule me time, and it helps me to actually stick with nourishing my mind, body, and spirit. So, like, if I see it on the calendar, I don't schedule anything in between, and I take that time for me. And you've got to create a ritual and routine like that as well, so that you can stay whole and balanced. Just figure out what works for you. And I do feel like some of you will be trying out new places to meet like-minded people. Some of you will be checking out new churches or groups. And some of you will finally feel comfortable talking about your spirituality with others. And for that, I say mentor on. And that covers this week's predictions. I'm going to get to my caller this evening. Let me see. I have Kelly in Chinchilla, Victoria, Australia. Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you.
So, how can I help you this evening?
Just seeing whatever you could possibly pick up for me, please.
Sure. So I kind of feel like you're trying really hard to figure out the truth about someone or a situation, or I don't know. I just feel like there's something going on where you're trying to get to the bottom of things and you're trying to do the right thing for everybody else, and maybe you're not considering doing the right thing for yourself. I also feel like maybe you're contemplating wanting or needing some alone time. I just feel like maybe you're always doing for everybody else and not doing for yourself. So I feel like maybe you're a little bit burned out. But the main thing I feel is that you're really, I just feel like you're trying to sort out some sort of life situation. And I also have a feeling, I'm not sure what your relationship status is, but there was this feeling of like a possible past romance coming into the picture and maybe being rekindled in some way. It kind of feels like someone from your past, or if you don't actually rekindle something with someone, that maybe you're thinking of someone about the past, but somehow some romance from the past seems to be fluttering around you in some way. And I just felt too like if you were in a committed relationship with someone, that maybe you're spending too much time apart or not enough time within the relationship, or that relationships aren't really a priority for you right now. It's kind of an odd feeling. Financially, I feel like you need to be conservative. This is not the time to spend money, especially on big ticket items. And I feel like you really could get into some ritual of some sort, like going for a daily walk or meditating, or I just feel like you need to take some time to get refreshed and energized so that you can connect with others in a healthier way. I just feel like you may be stressed. So I'm not sure how much of that resonates with you. And work-wise, if you're working or whatever you do that you're passionate about, I feel like you're nearing recognition and success. So I feel like there's something coming towards you that you're going to be feeling really good about and proud of yourself about, like, and I feel like you'll get recognition in some way. Somebody's going to maybe validate you or give you kudos. Kelly?
Yep. Sorry, everything you said relates in. Yeah, everything you said does relate.
Well, is there anything that you want to get into specifically about? Is there anything that you want to explore further? Like, are there some choices that you need to make, or maybe whatever thing you're trying to get to the truth about, maybe I can help you sort something out, see what I feel?
Probably just relationship with my partner, as well as just financial difficulties.
Okay, with your partner, so the distance thing that I was picking up on is like you guys are you're just disconnected. You're not spending quality time together. Even if you may be under the same roof at times, but I feel like you're just not communicating, and it doesn't feel like butterflies and roses, I feel like the biggest issue is you both misinterpret each other's actions and words. Like, I just feel like you're both on the defense.
Yep.
Now, I mean, I know that we're on the air, but this thing that I'm feeling about a past romance, are you thinking about a past romance, or has someone come into your life where you're reminiscing about, wanting to leave because of, I don't know, I just feel there's a possibility.
I've been thinking of leaving him and stuff, but then I don't want to, but as well as been thinking of past relationship with us where we were actually happy, and been wanting to go back to that way instead of how we are at this present time.
Okay, so so the past thing is connected to him as well. Okay. I feel like there's a possibility for the two of you to reconnect, but you both have to agree to start with a clean slate. But there's also a part of me that feels like there's been a little too much damage done, and that it's going to be very difficult. Like, to work through it, it's going to be challenging. And the easier route is leaving. So if I explore both options for you, like connecting with some choice timelines, if you stay, you're going to have to do a lot of forgiving, a lot of accepting. You're the one that's most likely going to have to do most of the changing in some way, right? Because you're the one that I feel has the most hurt involved. And so for you, I feel like it will be more challenging. And I feel like for him, for your partner, it would be easier to move on, but I feel like there's a little bit of laziness there, and not fully committed to like almost not even seeing that there's a real issue going on with you, maybe a little bit in denial. So I feel like it's possible. It's going to be challenging. Now, if you chose to leave, that I feel like is also going to be hard on you, because you have a lot of guilt and you worry about everybody else and not so much what you're feeling. Like, you're more worried about hurting others in this situation. but I do feel like you would be okay. You're not going to end up alone. Like you have other soul connections that are out there. I do feel like you would go through a period of time of healing. Do you guys have children?
Yeah, we do. We have 3 children.
You have 3.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just feeling 2 of them. Are 2 of them the same sex?
All 3 of them are girls.
Oh, wow. Woo, man. He has set himself up. Woo, he's got some karma lessons to learn there. Uh, uh, look, you and the girls would be fine. You would be fine. They would be fine. And there's certain things within your relationship that I feel are they're learning unhealthy behaviors. So there's definitely things that need to be sorted out. And if you left, you would be fine. The girls would be fine. Your partner would be fine. You would go through some challenges. Obviously, it would be a divorce, so you have financial situations and all these things connected. But ultimately, you would get through them. And I do feel like in this moment, you would be happier. The only thing that's holding you back, I feel, are the children.
Yeah, pretty much.
The children and the fear of the financial, like, can you do it by yourself? Are you going to be okay? It's that financial security as well. And I do feel like, yes, you would. I only have 30 seconds now, but I do feel like financially you would be okay, right? You're not going to be responsible for taking care of the children all by yourself. He would have responsibilities with that. And ultimately, the kids would, the kids would be okay. They're resilient, and you would just let them know this doesn't have anything to do with them and everything to do, sometimes grown-ups go their separate ways. If you want to reach out, I have a book that I can give you that might help you. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.